Hi everyone. Um, I don't even know who's watching. Uh, my name is Caitlin Ryle, Caitlin Best Ryle, and this is my live feed going into depth about a couple of things that I'm doing. First thing is that today, exactly February 2nd, Groundhog's Day, is my 2-year anniversary of living in New York. Um, Oh my gosh, has so much changed since I moved here 2 years ago. I originally moved to Brooklyn, and now I am living in Upper Manhattan with my boyfriend, and it is lovely. I like it here much better than Brooklyn, mostly just because of commute, anyways, and the neighborhood. It's just closer to what I like and what I need to be around, and it's just great. So, um, 2 years in New York City. I've got a couple of questions that some of you guys posted earlier that I'm going to answer. Um, and this is also me just kind of letting everybody know that I am doing a thing. It is called the hashtag Sing 365 challenge. I made it up. I decided that I needed to do something for myself that was good for me and my talents and what I'm capable of doing. I've lived here for 2 years now in New York City, and I've done a couple of things. I was in a small little music video on the side, and I was in a couple of student things, and I've done lots and lots of auditions, but like nothing really big came about from it. Hey Matt, what's up? Thank you. Matt is a huge supporter of mine, so thank you so much. It's good to see you, Matt. Um, and I've been living in New York for 2 years, and nothing has really come of it. And I realized that while I was in my undergrad, getting my degrees in music and theater, that my singing came from a habit of daily just routine of what I was doing. I was in every choir, I was in practice room all the time, I was in shows. And so I was singing all the time. And it was because I had to sing all the time because that was my life. And then I moved to New York City and I wasn't doing any shows and I didn't have practice room readily available. So I wasn't singing. And that was a problem. And so I felt like there was just a need to be filled. And so 2020, new decade, I thought, what the hell, let's just do this thing. So yeah, I am doing one song every day for an entire year. And my goal is to upload it every single day, but that's probably not going to work out for some of these days. I'm going to be traveling, or I'm going to be abroad or something like that. And so I'm not going to have access to the internet. So I might not upload it every single day, but I will be making and recording a video every single day. Um, just for everybody who's watching this right now, my videos, I record the video live at the same time that I record the audio. Sometimes I put it all together. Like in my guitar videos, I haven't quite figured, I don't have an acoustic plug-in to my guitar. It's just straight acoustic. So I do it straight live video, and that's all I do. But for my audio videos, I record the audio into my Blue Yeti microphone, which ironically is red, and I record that through GarageBand into my laptop. At the same time, I'm live recording the video. So it's the same recording that's happened identically at the same time, but I have put the sound through GarageBand to clean it up a little bit. I do not auto tune. I do not edit my sound. I do record every single day. So what you hear is what you get every single day. So sometimes I kind of sound like shit. And that's just how it is for the day. Sometimes I blow my voice out at work because I'm talking way too much or I'm talking too loud. And the sound that you hear is the sound that my voice is making that day. And so sometimes it's going to sound like crap. And that's just what it's going to be. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Katie and Kelly. It's so good to see you guys. Thank you for watching. Hi, Jared. I saw that you liked my stuff. So thanks. Hey. Um, but yeah, so my sound is 100% honest. It is not edited. I have fiddled around a little bit with like compressed voice sound and natural voice sound and bright voice sound for the GarageBand settings, but like nothing. I haven't added auto tune to anything. I haven't edited the sound at all. I do change my piano accompaniment around a little bit when I've recorded. I think I've done 2 or 3 songs maybe with piano so far. I do edit the piano a little bit just to make sure that my fingers line up right because, yeah, I'm not great at this part. But other than that, Everything you're hearing is 100% true to what I'm doing. Hey, Mike, what's up? Oh my gosh, there's like 3 people watching right now all at once. I'm so excited. Hey guys. Okay, so that is my Sing 365 challenge. I am 100% down to do any collaborations. If anybody wants to do, I'm down for any original pieces. If someone wants to work or throw me an original piece that they're interested in me showcasing or anything like that. I know that I've contacted a couple of people to do some accompaniments with me, even some live recordings with me. I don't know if some of you saw last week, my friend Jessica from work. She's a vocalist and a theater performer. And so her and I did a duet together. We did Winter Song by Sarah Bareilles, and I am totally 100% down to do some collaborations. So I got, 330 something more days to go. So I got enough room to make it work out. You just send me a message and let me know. Also, if you could do me a favor and follow me on my professional Instagram page or my professional Facebook page. And if you feel so inclined, subscribe to me on YouTube so that y'all can keep following along with the adventures. That would mean the world to me, because I need like something like 4,000 views in 12 months or something for partnership, and like maybe 1,000 subscribers. I don't know. It's a lot. It seems like a lot of people, but it is what it is. And I'm just kind of doing this for me anyways. Okay. So a couple of questions that you guys posted a while ago on that last post, a couple days ago, maybe a week ago, about questions you want me to answer. The first one is my friend Melissa. She'll probably watch this later because she's probably getting ready for a football game. Your top 5 favorite spots in New York. Because I'm not super touristy, kind of a homebody, and also New York's expensive. I don't really go out and spend a lot of time or money like at big crazy places or anything. I always love a good bookstore. Strand Bookstore. I'm going to say that that's number 1. If you haven't been to the Strand Bookstore, when you come to New York City, you need to go there because it's pretty much a staple of New York City living. And people who are from New York will be like, oh yeah, Strand. Big deal here. So go to Strand Bookstore. I would say that that's number 1. 2, the Cloisters in Upper Manhattan. I live near the Cloisters and they're beautiful and it's gorgeous to go up there. Oh, hi, everybody. This is my baby. This is Sardonyx. This is our boy Kitty. We have a brother and a sister. And this is our boy Kitty, and he's decided to come visit me. Hello. You gonna sit and behave? That'd be nice. Thank you. So the Strand Bookstore, the Cloisters are definitely up there. I haven't thought about this prior. I probably should have thought about this. I think my 3rd favorite place is the George Washington Bridge, which is the upper bridge between Jersey and Manhattan. And Dionys and I have walked that bridge many, many times. It's beautiful, especially at sunset. Hey, Soren. Hi, Emily. Hi, guys. It's so good to see all of you. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting. I really appreciate it, even if you just like popped in and didn't know what you were getting yourself involved in. Okay, so Strand Bookstore, George Washington Bridge, or the Cloisters, George Washington Bridge. So another one of mine is the Evolution store, which is in Lower Manhattan. It's near, hi, oh, thank you for the love, everybody. It's, the Evolution store is down by 4th Street over by Washington Square Park, which is, honestly, that was my first park love, other than, like, Central Park is great, but, like, Washington Square Park, super cute. You got to stop by the Button Lady down there by Washington Square Park. But the place called, hey, Melissa, I'm answering your question right now. Hey. The Evolution store is down there by 4th Street, and it's so bizarre. For those of you who like weird, kind of creepy, dark-ish things, they've got some cool fossils. They've got bones and some interesting taxidermy things. They've got like those bugs that are pinned up and stuff. It's a little bit weird, but like they just have some of the most fascinating things. They have fossilized things, and they have like dinosaur relic things, and they've just got some of the coolest stuff down there. So yeah, so Strand Bookstore, the Cloisters, George Washington Bridge, the Evolution store, and then 5, I would say the High Line is definitely something really fun to do. And again, Jonas and I have walked this all the time. It starts around near 14th Street down by Chelsea Market, or at the top by 34th Street. But we usually start at the bottom and walk up. Around sunset, it's great. There used to be an old above ground subway track or a railroad track that it runs along over on the west side by the Hudson. And it also drops you off by 34th Street by the Hive, which is that new really cool structure over there. It's really cool, but the High Line is beautiful at sunset in the summertime. They have theater shows that they put on at the little outdoor venue over there. They have like these cool little booths that they have pop-ups of with food and crafts and cool stuff like that they have over by 14th Street, 20th Street. And it's fun and it's chill and it's beautiful. So I realized like almost all of my things I said were outdoors. So, but yeah. So in order of my top 5, I would say Strand Bookstore, downtown, the Cloisters in Upper Manhattan, George Washington Bridge up by 181st Street, Evolution Store, and then the High Line. So there's the answer to Melissa's question. Matt, your question. How do you deal with anxiety of being behind the camera or any at all? So actually, this is something that some of you may know, some of you may not know. I was recently diagnosed with anxiety and depression. Like I knew that I had anxiety all my life because I've always had some symptoms of anxiety. But that's kind of something that I just grew up getting used to, and I knew the symptoms and I knew how to manage them for the most part. Insomnia, not so much. But my depression was something that really kind of reared its ugly head while I moved to New York City and was struggling with spending a lot of time by myself alone and not really being able to connect with other human beings, or feeling lots of inadequacy feelings of moving to this big, beautiful city and then feeling like I'm failing because I'm not making these auditions, I'm not landing any gigs. All of these people are super duper talented because these people come from all over the world to New York City. So I struggled with my depression a lot. And so the anxiety of it all, really, I've only ever really had anxiety on stage when I know that I'm performing in front of somebody that I know and I care about their opinion. So for example, my college professors that were judging my music ability, really hard to perform in front of them for juries and live performances because I had anxiety. And I would get really nervous, and then I would clam up and I wouldn't do what I was supposed to do, kind of thing. The best part I would say about that is practicing and rehearsing what you're going to do or say forward and backwards, pretty much as you can until it's almost memorized, I would say. The reason I say almost memorized, especially when it comes to like speeches, is because you don't want it to be too square and too comfortable like that, because that loses the flow of it. And even in musical pieces, you can learn the lyrics and you can have the lyrics of something memorized, but if you're in the moment and the emotions take over and you just go with how you're feeling, all of a sudden you might forget the words. It's happened live all the time. Demi Lovato just did it. So like, it's okay. It happens. Hi, Dr. Connors. Hi, what's up? Anyways, so yeah, so other than my own personal dealings with anxiety and depression, my recommendations for dealing with anxiety on stage is to learn what you've got to the best of your abilities, forward and backwards as much as you can. And then memorization tricks to help you memorize it is to like connect it with an action or connect it with a feeling, subtext kind of thing. And then beyond that, you have to not have expectations of what other people are going to give you. So you can't walk up on a stage and just go, I know that I'm going to get a standing ovation. And then if the performance doesn't go like you've planned and you don't get the standing ovation, you're crushed. Kind of like an audition. You can't walk into an audition room and just be like, I'm going to land this part. I know I am. And then when you don't land the part, you're crushed. You go into a room, you go into a performance, you go into an audition, giving and dedicating everything that you can and saying, I'm going to give everything. I'm going to show them who I am. And you just have to trust that you're giving what you can and that you're going to love it. You're showing your craft and your abilities and your passion because that's something you want to do, and you can't expect anything in return, because you might get, wow, that was incredible, or you might just get, thank you so much for coming. Kind of the same from an audience. You might get booed, someone might not clap, or you might get a standing ovation, and you really just can't set any expectations. You just go in, and I'm reading this amazing book by Sheri Sanders. It's actually right here in my bag, which is the only reason I'm going to plug it. This is her second edition of the Rock the Audition, how to rock out to, oh my gosh, so much love. Thank you so much, you guys. Sorry to plug this book, but she's really an incredible teaching artist, and she is the originator of Rock the Audition. And I love her dearly, and I'm reading this book right now, and she is a very big proponent of being who you are and being true to yourself in an audition, especially in a world where gender norms are changing and performance norms are changing, and people like Ali Stoker can win Tonys because it doesn't matter the preconceived notions of what you're capable of doing before you get on that stage. And it's really awesome. Hi, Miss Roy. Hi, Riley. Hi, Kai. Hi, Joel. Hi, everybody. Thank you guys for stopping in. So Matt, to answer your question, how to deal with anxiety on stage is don't focus on the outcome. Focus on the current performance, live in the moment, and give everything that you can. Oh, hey, Jomar, what's up? Next question. Jan asks, fave restaurants in the big city, both places you recommend food and entertainment wise. Okay. Thanks, Matt. Again, don't go out to eat a whole lot. Don't go out entertainment wise all the time. If any of you have ever come to New York City, or if you haven't even, and you haven't seen a Broadway production, that's okay. Off-Broadway has a lot of really awesome things going on right now. Something that I really want to see is I want to see Natalie Weiss in Emoji Land, which is an off-Broadway performance right now. But if you can fork over the money, and if you can plan ahead, I would highly recommend seeing a Broadway performance, because there's just a caliber to like 90% of the shows that are on Broadway. Straight plays or musicals. I prefer musicals, but straight plays are really awesome as well, especially if they have somebody that's very noteworthy in them, that's done that kind of thing before, or someone who's recently been in film or something that came over to the live stage. Like, there's a lot to go into that there's a caliber of Broadway that you've never seen anywhere before in your life that you should just go see. So it's worth the money. Now, I'm not saying it's worth $500 something to go see Hamilton. I'm saying try to play the Hamilton lottery the best that you can going up to it, or go see them on tour, or maybe wait till an off night of Beetlejuice or something and try to get a ticket for like $69 kind of thing. Like, that's worth it, in my opinion, and I'm speaking as a broke millennial, of going to see the next caliber of something that you can see. Broadway is incredible. Food-wise, they have this really cool thing in New York, and I know this happens on the Upper West Side, all the way up Broadway in the summer, on the weekends, specifically on Saturdays, from like, I want to say 9 or 10 a.m. until 4 or 5 p.m. On Saturdays, all along Broadway on the Upper West Side, certain blocks of Broadway will be closed off for food vendors and fairs to happen. And it's the coolest thing, because you'll just get these awesome vendors of people that literally dedicate their lives to making Jamaican food, or dedicate their lives to making Dominican food. And they make these vendors will pop up with just this food available to you. And it's a little bit pricey because it's only there for the weekend, but it's some of the most delicious food I've ever had. There was like some Caribbean jerk chicken that some older woman was cooking, and it was delicious. Like, I've never had that before specifically, and she was like Jamaican from the Caribbean. Like, that's what she came here, and that's what she does, because that's what she knows how to do, and it's delicious. So that's some of the random things that you can do, especially if you're here for like the summer or into the fall kind of thing, as those things are pop up. I'm going to put a pause on that one, and I'm going to answer Jomar's question. Some of the ways you wish you could have prepared for NYC prior to moving here. Ooh, that's a good question. Well, I had saved up a lot of money, not a ton of money, but I saved up quite a bit of money. And I know that as soon as I moved here, I got really gung-ho and excited because I came here to do the Actors Connection. My cat's playing with his mouse. The Actors Connection college showcase. And I had come here and I had done a lot of voice lessons right off the bat. And I had spent quite a bit of money on dance lessons and voice lessons. My cat's being silly. Right off the bat, and I kind of dropped a pretty penny on that right here because I thought that's something that I needed to like get me ready for this big college showcase, because I moved here about a month prior to the showcase. Not saying that what I did was bad, but I kind of wish that I had waited to spend all of that money on my lessons and stuff so that I could have saved it for later on in the summer or later on when I realized that I maybe needed that. After because I was just out of college, so I had just had all that rehearsing and all that practicing. But like now that it's been 2 years, like maybe that would have come in handy, but you never know. Definitely something I wish that I had known is that where you work off of a train line is very important to where you live. So luckily I was smart enough to live off a singular train line that I knew I was working off of. I lived off the A in Brooklyn, but that was still an hour-and-a-half commute on a local track on the weekends to get to where I needed to work, which might not seem like a lot of time or not a big commute for some people. But for me, who had recently lived in 5 minutes driving distance from my job, that was a lot. And so I would bring books and I would watch shows on my commute, but like I felt like I was wasting a lot of time doing that. And even now, like I only live 20-30 minutes from where I'm at. And I'm considering transferring to some place that's like 2 blocks from my house, just because a lot of what I want to do productivity wise is like things that I can do at home, but I can't when I'm spending an hour commuting on the train every day. So, I also wish that I had known that a lot of people are nice and understanding in New York City, but not everybody. So there are some surprisingly nice people in New York City that are not mean and gruff. And then there's just as many people who are willing to take advantage of you. So you just have to be careful whom you confide in and whom you put your trust in. And being a white woman, there are some neighborhoods that I don't go into because that just would be ill-advised. And also, my boyfriend won't let me because he is born and raised in New York City in the Bronx. And he just is like, that's not a good place for you. You shouldn't go there. And I'm like, sound good. I won't go there. And it's also kind of upsetting that I can't just get in my car and drive where I need to be. I have to be careful and let somebody know all the time where I'm at, especially in the subways. I have to let people know. I have to let my boyfriend know where I'm at and just like check in to make sure that I get where I need to go safely and back. It's something that I took for granted living in mid-Michigan my whole life and being able to drive myself to and from my rural area all the time. So something that I wish I'd known is just like all those stories that you hear about, all those the articles you read about that like things that happen, like that really happens. So that's just something I wish I had known, is to take it a little bit more seriously. And something else that Jan asked is, do I take song preferences? Yes. Again, one more time, I'm going to say that I am 120% open to collaborations. But I have a Spotify playlist started, which I will go ahead and put in the comments or the tags of this video. I'm going to be done in like a few minutes, you guys, because I know Super Bowl's coming. I have a Spotify playlist that I have started that anybody can add any song to that you think I should do or you would like to see me perform. I've done a few of them that some other people have recommended, but I know that some of them are very high caliber musical theater that I'm working up towards. You know, I got 300 and something days. And then some of them are just pop songs that I don't know yet. So I've been listening and learning them. I've only been doing this for a month, so I'm learning them a little bit every day, but I do work a full-time job. So I'm gone, you know, quite a bit for my day job. So I'm learning them as I can at night. I'm learning the accompaniments and changing some of the keys on them. And yeah, so if you add it, I'm going to tag the playlist. But if you add it to the playlist, I will do my darndest to learn it this year. Question from Melissa. Where do you see your YouTube channel going? To be honest, I don't really know. I'm just putting this out into the universe kind of a thing. 2020 is my year to just kind of manifest the change that I want. So I am putting this out into the universe to just be like, this is me. This is what I'm capable of doing. Also, This Is Me from Greatest Showman is a song that I'm planning on doing at some point for the channel. I'm just putting this out there to share with the world who I am, and to tell them a little bit about myself. I know that something that I'm very interested in doing is starting some voice lesson coaching, because I have a degree in that, and that's what I want to do with the rest of my life, get my master's and doctorate in long term. And so it's just manifesting the change that I want. And so this was just an open opportunity, an easy way for me to start putting something out there. I know that I know that something that my mother's always wanted me to do is to make a Christmas album, because she's had a couple of her favorite Christmas songs she wants me to sing. And so I think that that's something that I'm probably going to roll out on Spotify by the end of the year, is just Christmas album. And this is also just motivation for me to keep focusing on growing my voice and growing myself educationally, with my music background. Thank you, Melissa. And just everything that I'm capable of doing. I know that my boyfriend Dionis has looked at me almost every single day, and he's just like, you have 2 degrees in music and you're so talented and you're so capable of doing this. Why are you not doing more with this? And I'm finally like, yeah, you're right. I should be doing this. And so I'm going to do it. And I don't know what else it's going to open up. But again, any of you who are willing to do any collaborations, or if you have any ideas for songs that you want to hear from me for the year, I try to do shout outs and tag people who have recommended the songs to me. I'm going to put the link for the Spotify playlist in the comments below, or I'll make a new post on that. Yes, and I upload YouTube videos almost every day. So if you subscribe to me on YouTube, you will be able to follow along with what I'm doing and comment on them. Matt and Melissa, I know for a fact that you guys already are. So, and Jomar, thank you so much for subscribing. Following my professional channels on Instagram and Facebook would be awesome, because that's where I'm going to do most of my posting, is not on my personal ones, as I'm going to do them on my professional ones. I did update my website. If you guys want to go check that out, I also have all of the videos put up on my website, CaitlinBestRyle.com. Yeah. And also, if anybody has any questions about more about my adventures / challenges with New York City, or my battles with depression or anxiety, if you don't feel like super comfortable commenting them on here and you just want to private message me to talk about them or to ask me any questions about them, I am an open book and I am all for it, and I 120% support communicating about all of these things, especially some of the more taboo subjects like mental health that some people think you shouldn't have to deal with or you shouldn't talk about. I think that it's 100% healthy to talk about them, and you should be talking about them, especially with people that you trust. So please, if you have any more questions about anything like that, feel free to hit me up. If you are interested in doing any collaborations with me, or if you're even going to be in town in New York City at any point in the next year or so, just let me know. I think that's it for now, and I did a pretty good job of doing it spot on in 30 minutes. So everybody enjoy the Super Bowl tonight. We do not pay for cable, so we will probably be watching a Disney movie. And then I'll be putting up my song for the night, which I'm gonna be honest, is to be determined. I don't pick my songs in advance, by the way, you guys. I don't do that. I literally just decide the day of, and then you get what you get, and we'll see if I can do it, and that's what I do. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the comments and the likes. Thank you for the support. Thank you guys so much. I really can't do it without all of you guys, and just knowing that even just a few of you are just supporting me from behind. So thank you guys so much. Subscribe, like, follow, stay tuned. and have a great year.